of you. Okay, dokes. So I just want to show you some of the submissions that I have for homework. This is Alejandro. Hi, Alejandro. Good job. So you can see from here, he did send it to me as a PNG. Please don't do that. I want PSD file so I can check, but he did change it. You can see he's using subject select, burn tools, cropping it out, putting different one scales. This is just to show you, like, maybe you get ideas about layouts. This was what it was before. This is what it has become now, which I do think is a huge difference now. Correct? I feel like this is a lot more edited. So good job, Alejandro, on that one. Then we have, oh, I don't see, there was one here that I did like. Anyways, so then we have this one. This is really cute. It does go back to what your mood page is. Yeah, and not only that, it creates, the only thing, if I'm not mistaken, when I checked it, was a lot of you, no. So one thing about Photoshop, if I don't have the text turned on, it will tell me to turn on the text that they use. So we can, the good news is this. You see when it has that little black section here, that's a mask. So masking is not necessarily something that I'm showing right now. It will be shown later. But if you want to explore it, you're more than welcome to. So instead of erasing the picture, what you're doing is just basically taping it out. Like, look at it this way. If you see how, I want you to look at it. You see how this picture is this tiny, but yet the bounding box is making it that big? Is because we're creating like a cutout around it to block off just what we need. Now the good news is you can edit it if you want to. You can actually keep the original file, just use what you can. But the issue, you cannot cut as much, you cannot transform it as easily, you cannot skew it. So it really depends what you're trying to do. So for example, if I take out the mask, you'll see the rest of the picture. And where are you? Right here. And you can see it. You can see the rest of it. But it's really well done. So just be careful with those kinds of effects. Not because I don't think you can do them, it's just that sometimes when you're trying to edit, we're trying to just get established just the basic tools at this point, okay? This is well done. One of the comments that I did with the mood page here was, I felt like this is a little too stark, that white background out of nowhere. So what I would have done if I were Colin, same thing here. The other things that I'm looking, one of the reasons I'm also doing, I want you to see the layers, is be careful with smart objects. As we all know, what happens, you cannot erase them. So for example, this is not a smart object, but the other styles, like the other pictures over here, like this one, hold on a second, it's a smart object. So I cannot, as we discussed, we cannot erase these, we cannot select the subject on these. It's really hard. It doesn't let us. So what we do is, just to remind everybody how to get rid of a smart object, we go to layer, we go to rasterize, and we just layer it up, and now we can actually we can do what we usually do. And we can even erase it around now while we inverse, and that's done, okay? That was the other part with this. Like, I felt like if we played up a little bit more, I do like what the letters are here. I was thinking if you decided to just take it out and just take out the white version of it. Ooh. Really quickly, I'm doing this, and maybe just put her behind it in a very oversized way. Oh, why is it not doing that? Oh. This is not, okay, that's what happened. So it's not, it's a smart object again, so therefore we gotta go layer and rasterize it. Oh, just make sure you know you have it selected. If you just to just get the letters behind it. I think that makes it more shocking. See it? My eyes doesn't bother me as much. So try to look at things that are gonna go where your eyes gonna dictate. For example, if you have studied painting, there is that triangle shape that you do, like on the sides, and then you have a point of view where you wanna look at. So in other words, we do have a point of view where our eyes gonna go, because once I put the white, my eyes just gonna go into one section, not all around. Correct? So I do think there's more balance here now. That's that. Then this is this is also Alejandro, if I'm not mistaken. This goes back to this one. They go together. Nope. They do go together. The only thing that I ask is that you guys also include a blurb. That's what I've noticed. A lot of you did not include like 2 sentences of blurb. Just make sure for the midterm there is a blurb, but they do go to each other. And I do like that he decided to add more shadows into it. And it's 4 images, but it's very impactful 4 images. Okay, so you have Odame. I love this one so much. Good job, Odame. My only concern is I would have preferred for you see where I'm taking these out? You can take out the eyes, and you can you're not erasing it, you're just not viewing it. So you can always take it out. You can always take out the preview from that. My only issue with this Odame is the text should be text, not just a PNG or just an image. That was my only concern, because you can always change the font much quicker, and you can and you don't have to rely. Let's just say I wanted to make this A bigger. You see, it gets a little pixelated. You understand that? So we're trying, even though we're trying with pixels right now, we're trying to make these images as crisp as possible. But it's really well done. Okay, so then we have Jaden. No, Janja. I really do like where this is going as well. I do think if you were to, everything's a smart object, so I understand why you couldn't really take out the subject. Same thing here. We go to image, we go to layer, rasterize, layer. Now once we can do it, once we can select the subject, let's inverse the selection, Shift Command I. If I were to just play around with how my hand is moving, and maybe she's touching love, look how much difference that looks. You can see the difference on how we can make this more dynamic. You get it, guys? Like, try to look at layouts to be more dynamic. Okay? Entonces, then we have Jaden. I like where this is going. My only issue with Jaden's was we did touch upon hue. Everything here is more like a cool tone, except for this image. So you can always, if you just change the image to be not as saturated, I think it goes back more with your image. Look at the difference. It's very slight. You understand? They're not fighting each other. You have to think about this. What images are fighting each other, especially with color? Because if this, right now, the brightness and the saturation of Pharrell is really, really bright, I will just change it slightly. And look, he's already blended in. He's not the subject, he's part of the mood board, but he's not the main thing, okay? That's what I need you to focus on. What are you trying to say with the mood board, and what you wanna focus? Same thing. Oh, this was before, and I asked Jessica. Where's Jessica Flores? Hi, good job. I did see it. I don't know if I have it here, but oh, here it is. She went from here to this one. Much better. Not because I don't like this first image. It's just that once you look at it, it's like, why is she? One of the comments that I made to Jessica was like, what is she trying to tell me? This girl, I know that she's fashion, but in what way? You understand me? It needs to be very, very theme focused, very subject focused. And then when she took the best pictures, now I get it. I don't have to question it. I know where she's at. Same thing here. You only need to add a blurb of 1 or 2 sentences with the client. Love this. Liliana did an amazing job. This is the smudge tool. So We might learn that. I think we did the stamp tool. There's a smudge tool that you can blur things. Looks really cool when you know how to use it really well. Oh, look, and Lilian, this is the customer profile. Yes, her and her are friends, and you can see it. The only things I feel the font can be a little better, not because I don't like the script, I just think we have better choices on what type of script we can use. The only same thing is all about color, guys. Like, I know Billie Eilish and everything, but I feel like if she was just not so, something about her, even that I like better. If we just change her color a little bit, even make her more blue, that looks better. Look at the difference. You see that? It reflects more of your mood page. We don't want anything to fight. We just want to be part of the mood page. This is Odame's. The only thing with this one, Odame, is you're giving me this page as custom profile, but then we have her, correct? Is the brightness. This is looking too subtle. If you were to give me really good pops of colors, I can go back to it. You understand? So let's just go here. You can do filters. So you see your layers. If you want to do saturate the entire page, there's one way to do it. If you go on your layers and you go and you have a create new fill or adjustment layer, you go here, you put hue saturation, and you do it all at once. Okay? That's one way to do it all at once. You don't have to merge the layers, you don't have to do anything. You just go once again. I'm gonna show you again. You go to your layers. At the bottom, there is a fill layer. That little half circle, go here. You put hue saturation because that's what I wanna do. And look, now the saturation of the colors makes sense with the first mood page, okay? And that's it. And not only that, it will look like this. It will look like a page that you added. And you can even double click it and change it back to what you want or adjust it. Instead of going Command C, or Control C, Control C, okay? Then we have Salvatore. This is a really good one. Like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Shannon, sorry, Shannon. The only issue is that I do need a little blurb here. Really well done, Vanessa. I don't know if she's here yet. This is really well done. This is Vanessa's mood page. Very abstract. I don't mind it. It's very aspirational. It's, if anything, like the collection is gonna be very all about rounded shapes and organic shapes. You can see it. And then this is the customer, which I appreciate. And she did include a blurb. I do think, no, I'm okay. Very mysterious, very elegant woman. I do like where this is going, and that's it.